In this video, we're going to go over the 3 steps of the EB3 visa process and the processing times. It is June 12th, 2025. The July Visa Bulletin just came out. We're going to go over PERM processing times, I-140 processing times, and we're going to look at the Visa Bulletin to see and explain how to find when your priority date is current and what is a priority date. And at the end, we're going to share some legislation that hopes to speed up the overall EB3 processing time and move up the Visa Bulletin cutoff dates. So let's get into it. All right, so as usual, I will show you, as I'm doing this, how you can do it yourself. So the first thing we're going to look at is PERM processing time. And you'll see the result, dolflagsystem.gov, that's it. This is what it looks like. Scroll down. The first section is prevailing wage. We don't need that. PERM processing time. So just make a note of when they're updated last. June 9th, that was just 3 days ago. That's great. And the DOL says that they are approving cases that were filed in February 2024. So you want to look under processing queue, analyst review, and then under priority dates, February 2024. Now, your priority date is the date that your PERM was filed. That's a very important definition and concept for you to understand if you're in the EB3 process or thinking about getting into it. That your priority date is the date that your PERM was filed. So February 2024, the DOL is approving or certifying PERM labor certification cases that were filed then. Step 2 is the I-140. So let's go to Google and type in I-140 processing time. And this will take you to the first organic result, uscis.gov. So let's click on that. And it's going to verify that I'm a human. And this is what it looks like. And we're going to make 3 selections. We're going to do under form I-140, under category unskilled worker EW3, and under field officer service center, the default is Texas Service Center, and we'll click get processing time. And the USCIS is taking about 13 months for the vast majority of their cases. Texas is the default address. Sometimes they will do an internal transfer, workload transfer, they call it, to the Nebraska Service Center. And in that case, we can take a look. And it's only 8.5 months at the Nebraska Service Center, but it's not, we don't get to choose where we file. We have to file where they tell us, and that is at the Texas Service Center. So that's step 2. Step 3, we look at the Visa Bulletin. So we go back to Google and type in Visa Bulletin and click that, and you'll see US Department of State.gov Visa Bulletin, and you'll see the current Visa Bulletin and then the upcoming. So let's look at the upcoming, and we'll show you how to read this. Scroll down. The first section is family sponsored. You want to scroll down until you see employment-based preferences right there. And we are presented with 2 tables. One is called final action dates, and one is called dates for filing. And there's a little USCIS link down here that we have to look at, that we click and go. And then we're going to look at next month, employment-based. For July 2025, we have to use the final action dates chart. So we're going to go back. That is chart A, final action dates. We're going to come down to the employment-based column, other workers, and all chargeability areas. This is every country except these 4. So under other workers, we see the way to read this is day, month, year. So July 8th, 2021. So that means if your priority date is on or before July 8th, 2021, is before July 8th, 2021, so July 7th or earlier, you can file either adjustment of status if you're in the U.S., or you can do consular processing if you're outside the U.S. And by consular processing, I mean that your interview is going to be scheduled once your priority date is current. Now, you'll see that Mexico and Philippines have a separate column, but the date is the same, and that is typical for the other workers category. So this is the real pain point of The EB3 other workers category is that the Visa Bulletin takes, the dates are way back. There are 10,000 EW numbers available. So each year, 10,000 EW, that's the other worker category, numbers become available. The fiscal year starts October 1st. So we usually see a move forward in the numbers and the dates on October 1st. The problem that there's a solution for now is that dependents are counted in that 10,000, and dependents are spouse and children of the worker, unmarried children under 21, and legally married spouse. So there is a senator from Miami, representing Miami. Her name is Maria Salazar. If you Google Dignity Act Salazar, she's in the House of Representatives. She's a Republican. She has a bill. It was introduced in 2023. It's going to be reintroduced probably after this big, beautiful bill, also known as the reparations bill, is finished. And this is a great practical bill that takes a pragmatic look at how to fix some of the real problems in immigration. The key thing that we're looking at is, and we've confirmed, we've met with this office. It's not just high skilled, it's all the visa categories, employment visa categories, including other worker. So they'd only count the principal applicants, and they would not count the derivatives. Now, the derivatives still get to apply at the same time. That does not change. The only change is that they're not counted toward the 10,000. When I met with this office, they said that only about 3,000 workers are counted each year toward the 10,000, which means that the remaining 7,000 are derivatives, spouse and children. So if this was just workers, this would triple the number. This would really, really move up this cutoff date. So we are supporting this with all of our energy. It's a practical, easy solution that should not be political. We're working toward getting this passed. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment below. If this video was helpful, we'd love for you to subscribe and be alerted when we have new videos. We try to post about twice a week. Our goal is to provide educational content around the EB3 visa process. It's sometimes a complicated, non-intuitive process, and so we try to break things down into easy to understand steps for our viewers. Thank you again, and we'll see you in the next video.